Hey everyone, welcome in to another daily editorial here on the KE Report. In this daily editorial, we are getting an update from TriStar Gold, traded on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol TSG and on the OTCQX under the symbol TSGZF. I am chatting with the President and CEO, Nick Appleyard. Now, Nick, just quickly following up on a news release that came out April 13th. It really is just an overview to bring everybody up to speed on the PFS, the pre-feasibility study, continuing to advance, and some infill drill holes, which just continue to move that PFS forward. Nick, give us a general update of how this PFS is progressing and when do you think it will be ready to release to the market?
Yeah, hi, Cory. Yeah, absolutely. We put that press release out just to really show that the study is progressing, that we're knocking down the risk flags one by one as we move forward. And what this one was about was short range drilling. So to use the PFS, we have to use indicated resources, which for us means roughly 50-meter drill spacing. But we wanted to be able to show ourselves from a statistical point of view that when you get down to 10 meters spacing, that the continuity of the mineralization is still there. It still holds together, so you can do grade control. It's really a statistical analysis of grade control. So, we showed that. It came in really nice. So it's just another thing that we're doing to gain confidence, de-risk the project and move it forward. And and it's all moving forward. So we expect to have the PFS done probably late summer, around August, hopefully, is what I'm aiming at.
So then, Nick, in terms of additional work that needs to move this pre-feasibility study, is there anything else that you guys need to do, or is it simply just continuing to fill in some of these gaps in the drilling?
Well, we finished the drilling for it now, so we're waiting for the last assays to come in, and they hopefully will come in during the month of May. We will then rerun the resource models, which we published, was it in February or March? We have that updated resource with 1.5 million ounces of indicated. We'll update that again. Hopefully that'll grow a smidgen. It won't change much. And then that resource model gets handed over to the mining engineers, who then optimize the pits. And then we, design and complete the plant and the tailings dam. And that's really a PFS. It's all driven by when we receive the assays and when we can get the final mineral resource model completed. But yeah, we've got no more physical work, drilling going. That's all been done. It's just now waiting on the assays to come back.
So after you get this PFS back, is that going to lead the company into a construction decision, or are you still going to be focused on exploring maybe the broader project, looking to add more ounces, even make new discoveries?
The answer is both. We will, I believe, make, I obviously recommend to the board that, we would probably move towards a production decision off the back of this, which really means then you go full speed ahead on permitting to permit this project as defined by this PFS. So that'll happen. But in parallel with that, we're still doing this 20,000 meters of exploration drilling this year. That's going to be happening, through the end of the year. And that would then just add on to the project as it evolves through time. But yeah, so we will get production decisions, start permitting full speed ahead, and use exploration to try and extend the mine life to grow the project in parallel with the permitting.
Now, when will the next round of exploration start up then, or any details that you can further give us on that next drill program?
Well, it's going to be going pretty well all year, I think, from here. We've had a slight break now where we just changed drilling contractors. The new contractor are set to arrive this week. And then, we'll drill all year, I'd imagine. So there'll be a, continual news flow coming out from sort of May, June onwards on the exploration. And that'll be hitting both shallow targets and deep targets and, extending resources.
Okay. Now, when it comes to financing the continued exploration here, how much cash does the company have in the bank?
Right now, we've got about 10.5 million Canadian. So we'll finance for everything we want to do this year and into early next year. We'll wait and see on the back of the PFS how well it looks and when we look to raise more money. But right now, we're well financed for all the work that we're planning now.
One thing to note, too, is working off the PEA that came out in late 2018. The numbers around that PEA were very good. You look at something like a post-tax IRR of 43%. This was done at a gold price of $12.50. So as you upgrade to this PFS, what are some of the changes you're anticipating? What are you hoping to show on top of that PEA from 2018?
Well, the plan was always to convert that PEA to a PFS, like same scale, same plant. So the idea is we're still chasing around about that 1 million ounces of production out of the PFS. Obviously we're running a higher gold price. So if we can hit that 1 million ounces of production and we're running $1,500, $1,600 gold instead of $1,250, it's going to look pretty good.
It sure seems like it, but I guess then we just wait for that PFS to come out. But it sounds like all the work has pretty much been done to get that PFS, or at least in terms of drilling. And now it's just, I guess, on to the engineers to get that report to you guys and then you guys to move it forward. But it will be interesting to see what sort of production decision or how that PFS comes out, and still some of that drilling. We will follow up as more news hits the market for exploration drilling, but overall, I guess, what can you summarize for investors or those watching the story in terms of news flow around the corner?
So news flow is going to be, the exploration drilling and updating on the PFS as we advance over the next few months. I mean, it's not that far away from complete. We're only 2, 3, 4 months away. So I think we're going to start to see rapid news flow on that. And then as the exploration drilling comes out, there'll be some, a lot of news flow on that. As we really move this forward. So I think it's going to be an exciting year for us. It feels like everything over the last 5 years is sort of coming to a point right now this year, with the PFS, production decision, the biggest exploration sort of budget program we've sort of had. And it's going to be really exciting.
All right. Well, Nick, we'll continue to follow along with the company, and especially on the back of some of that news as you get even closer to that PFS. If anybody has any follow-up questions regarding any of the plans at TriStar, please email me, fleck@kereport.com, and I will get Nick to address those. But in the meantime, Nick, keep us up to date on future news, please.
I will do. Thank you very much, Cory.